Right, now here we have a few ideas concerning some of the characters or the faces of the gods, of the Greek gods. I'm working down here at the moment. Started working on this fellow here, Hephaestus. I discovered that he was linked with Mount Etna, and he was connected also with the Greeks of southern Italy. Maybe there was a cult that began there, or maybe that was one of the deities there that became incorporated into the pantheon. The Greek pantheon is a composite, as we know. Now, Hephaestus was a slightly dwarf-like character who was thrown out of heaven when he was born by his mother. And there she is, Hera. Hera became, well, she was then, consort of Zeus. So she was almighty. And she was so disgusted by this dwarf that she'd given birth to that she threw him out of heaven. And he bounced down and down into the, forget where it was now he went, must find that out. And there he became this extraordinary character in the whole story, very beloved of the Greek gods in a way, because he kept helping them. He made remarkable things. He was a wonderful smith. That was his great ability. That's the first of the great smiths, Hephaestus. And one of the unpleasant jobs that he had to do at some point was here. I mean, look at this character here. That is Prometheus, on the point of being shackled by Hephaestus. Hephaestus makes shackles like nobody else. And the shackles were meant as punishment from the gods, from Zeus, that were to last until the end of time. And the punishment was for giving fire to men. And behind poor old Prometheus, whom I must develop with more detail, there's a figure, a rather strange figure here of Aries, the 12th to appear of the gods, to fulfill Zeus's desire for 12 rulers of the world, of the universe. And Aries he gave, because he was so troublesome, the task of being the god of war. Look at him, he's wearing a helmet. This is taken from a Greek sculpture. He's wearing a helmet above his head, and above that is this extraordinary crest. It's like a wave. I haven't finished painting it yet, but it's like a great wave that's coming over his head. And that, I find, is going into that region behind, which I've labelled as Poseidon, who of course is connected with water. So I'm going to use that wave as a way of sort of relating that image, one image to another. Seems to be the way this picture's going at the moment. I don't think there's been any other developments, except over here. I've roughed in really a drawing of, well, the temple of Athena, you see there. That's the temple of Athena in Athens. I'm thinking of sort of 4th, 5th century Athens here, because it was the time of the philosophical academies and so on. Inside that temple, this is a mock-up really, of course an artist's mock-up, but there's a great statue of Athena. You see, a little bit like Britannia. Rather huge piece of work in a dark chamber. It must have been very numinous in there. You see these pillars around. That was the inside of that building. So that's being developed, and then below I shall start thinking about some kind of group of philosophical figures that are standing for what developed later.